Hello everyone, welcome to JIB CIB English Medium. My name is Aarti and I hope you all are doing good. So if you're also planning to clear your CIB in your first attempt, then do watch this Warrior series because here we are conducting all your MCQs and try to share all type of pattern for your exam. So do watch this session. You can subscribe to it and share this session with your friends and colleagues so that they can also take the advantage of these sessions. Yes, not only for your ABFM, for your remaining subjects also we are covering this particular series. Now let's start today's session without any delay. Okay, so first question that we are going to cover today, that is going to be, assume that company XYZ has the following capital structure. Yes, here we are going to talk about one company which is your XYZ here company, and you can see their data are given here. Few things are given. First thing, they are talking about equity. Yes, 25% equity, 10% preferred stock, then 65% debt. Marginal cost of equity is 12%, marginal cost of preferred stock is 9%. Lastly, it's before tax cost of debt is 7% and tax on it is 35%. What you need to calculate here? You need to calculate here WACC. So let's solve this. Yes, so we need to calculate here WACC. So first let me tell you what are the given things. So here we have equity. Yes, we have preferred stock and we have debt. Okay, so equity is going to be 25%, 10% and 65%. This is about weights. Okay. Now cost of equity here, cost given for equity, that is 12%. Then preferred stock 9%, and you can see for debt it is 7%. Yes. Now for calculating WACC, we need to multiply your weights with the cost. Yes, this is what we need to do. But you know one thing, before you multiply weights with the cost, these are the weights. These are the weights that in your this company, in this XYZ company, total funds, suppose if you raised around 100 crores. So in that 100 crores, 25% you have taken from equity, 10% you have taken from preference shares, and 65% you have taken from the borrowings. That is what weights means here. Yes, for cost you can see here means for taking equity, preference stock, debts, what the cost companies are incurring. So we need to calculate their cost. Yes, their ultimate cost. So here you can see their cost and their weights. But one thing before you multiply this thing, remember one point, that this cost is going to be adjusted with this 35%. Yes, you need to adjust this cost with 35%. Okay, so this is going to be 7. 1 minus 0.35. So what is your answer here you are going to take? Please everyone solve and tell me the answer. One minus 0.35 into 7. So you need to take here 4.55%. Always remember, you need to take advantage of this tax rate. Yes, you are allowed to deduct this tax rate in case only your debt. Now you can multiply, you can multiply this thing, this and this. Or one more method, let me tell you, that in exam, if you are not ready to make this table, you can go with this particular format as well. WACC equal to weight of equity multiply with cost of equity plus weight of debt multiply with cost of debt plus weight of preference multiply with cost of preference. Okay, now we know the data, so you can multiply directly 25% into 12% plus 10% into 9% plus, remember, 65 into 7. No, that is going to be 4.55%. Yes, this is how we need to calculate. Everyone, if you are watching live, please tell me. Can you tell me what is your answer here? After solving this, yes, your answer is going to be 6.8575. So you can say this is 8.86%. This is your answer. This is how we need to calculate WACC, weighted average cost of capital. Okay. See, ultimately, what companies are doing, companies are raising amount, yes, from different sources. Yes, suppose if I want to start my business, what are the ways through which I can arrange this money? Yes, I can use my own amount, I can borrow from my friends, I can borrow from bank, yes, or I can issue preference shares. So I'm going to, whatever the sources I'm using for funding my business, I'm going to take the weight of it. Okay, I will take here weights and then I will multiply with the cost, because if I'm taking equity, yes, so I'm going to pay dividends. Yes, if I'm taking debt, I need to pay interest. Preference shares, again dividends I need to pay. So I need to calculate their cost as a company that I need to bear. Yes, so this is how we need to calculate overall weightage cost of capital. Just by adding, this will not give you absolute amount will not be, fair for company applying it every time. But when you calculate this 6.86, you know it, whatever the sources of funds you are taking for this particular project, cost is going to be 6.86. This is what this 6.86 talks about. Okay, so this is our first numerical question. Now let's solve this. Which of the following amounts to direct cost and is included in replacement cost? Material expenses, financial charges, legal costs, license cost. Here they're asking which of the following amounts is going to be your direct cost and that is going to be included in your replacement cost. Please tell me. Now when you calculate any cost, yes, in that you always go for the direct expenses, and you know it, material expenses is your direct expenses. Yes, so correct answer is going to be your answer A. So you are going to add whenever you are calculating cost, we are calculating cost of raw material because that is specific cost. That is going to be specific cost, and if you are not producing that product, you will replace it, you will not add it. So that is what direct cost and included in replacement cost. See, suppose if I'm manufacturing this pen, so whatever raw materials I required for this, I will add in that. Yes, but what if I'm not manufacturing this pen? I will not add it. Yes, whatever else I'm preparing, I will add that cost. So that's why this is your answer A. Financial, legal cost, license, all these are not your direct cost. Okay, these are your indirect cost. Okay. Next, which of the following valuation techniques best for evaluating an owner-occupied, non-income producing residential bungalow? Here you need to identify which particular valuation technique you are going to use when you see any owner-occupied, non-income producing residential bungalow. A. Discounted cash flows method. B. Direct sales comparison method. C. Profit approach. D. Hypothetical construction plan. See what they are saying. Suppose, as per this example, let's understand what they are saying. Suppose here is my one residential bungalow. Okay, this is my bungalow. Now, if I want to sell this bungalow, yes, how I can value this? If I want to sell this bungalow, yes, I want to sell this bungalow and I want to identify the value that is readily available in that market. No, but suppose this bungalow is in one society. Okay, there is one society. In that I have this bungalow. Okay, in this bungalow I have 3 rooms. Yes, one garden. Okay, one this terrace, one balcony. Yes, all these things I have in my bungalow. Okay, now there is in that particular society one more bungalow is there which is smaller than my bungalow. Here they have only 2 rooms. Yes, one balcony. Okay, smaller garden. Okay, I also have that garden area. Yes, so recently, yeah, this is my bungalow and this is one more bungalow. Okay, recently this bungalow, entered into one transaction in which owner sold this bungalow for rupees 5 crores. Okay, that old owner, he sold for 5 crores. Now I know that this bungalow is near my area. This bungalow is near my area. Now I know he sold it for 5 crores. Now based on this 5 crores, based on the description, I will proportionately calculate for my bungalow as well. Because this is the ultimate guide for me that what amount I can charge from my buyer. Yes, I know it. I will not charge below 5 crores. Yes, I will not charge below 5 crores. Yes or no? Hana? Can I charge here 2 crores? No. Why I will charge that? Because in that area, if the smaller bungalow is they are selling for 5 crores, means if my area of my bungalow is, more than that. So of course I will not charge below 5 crores. That I understood. Okay. Now I will proportionately adjust this 5 crores. Hana? As per this, I will proportionately adjust like one more extra room. So I will adjust 0.75 lakhs. Okay, one terrace is there, one extra balcony is there, space area is more. So I will add more 25 lakh rupees. So I used one earlier similar type of transaction. Yes, features, similarity, everything is similar with that. Just in a size, we can say that differs. Otherwise, everything is similar with this small bungalow. So based on that, I will proportionately calculate my bungalow's value. So that is going to be what? Which method I used here? A discounted cash flows method, direct sales comparison method, profit approach, hypothetical construction plan. So discounted cash flows, I'm not using any cash flow valuation. I'm not estimating any cash flows. How much cash this bungalow will generate. I don't know about it. So this is not the method. Profit approach? No, this is not the profit approach. Yes, this we are not calculating any profits. We are not doing sell minus cost. We are not going with this approach. Yes, so this is also not your answer. Hypothetical construction plan. We already have that bungalow. We are not constructing. So that is also not our plan. So if you see direct sales comparison method, we are going to use here. Yes, directly we are going to compare and we are going to value our own bungalow. So correct answer is going to be what? Answer B. Yes, answer B is going to be a correct answer. Yes, everyone? This is how I'm going to value my bungalow. Yes, so correct answer is going to be answer B. Next, a bank manager is trying to decide whether to approve a large corporate loan. She first ensures that the problem is correctly stated as assessing the borrower's repayment capacity. Instead of, whether the client is reliable, which principle of decision making is she primarily applying? So in this question, they're asking when this bank manager, that they are evaluating one large corporate loan, she is not directly relying on customer. They are assessing borrower's repayment capacity, whether that borrower will pay this amount or not. That is, they are going to evaluate. So which principle of decision they are going to apply? Principle of evidence, principle of identity, principle of definition, principle of objectivity. So basically, if we see We have three principles. Take it. If you don't know it, let's revise it. In case of decision making, we have three principles: principle of definition, evidence, and identity. See, this is a process of decision making when we rely on qualitative data available. Take it, based on qualitative data available, based on judgments, based on analytical skills, experiences, when we are deciding anything. So there are three principles. First one is principle of definition. Now here, correct identification of issues involved goes a long way arriving at better decisions. What we are doing, we are trying to identify correct issues. What are the real issues we can face? What are the problems we can face? Directly not relying on anyone's word. We are identifying it. What are the problems we can identify? What are the issues we can see there? That is principle of definition. Principle of evidence. Whenever we are taking a decision, yes, based on some evidence we are going to take, not orally, but some document, yes, some written documents if that things are available, we are going to use that as evidence, yes, likely to be better compared to decisions taken on the details which are not backed by evidence. If any decisions are not backed by the evidence, things are not going to be 100% correct. But if you are using based on some data, you can rely on that information that yes, we had some evidence based on this. Yes, then third is your principle of identity. So in decision making process, important to consider with an open mind, yes, viewpoints of all the people involved before taking a final decision. So principle of identity means what? Here, suppose if you see any court, as a judge, that person is not taking direct judgment based on just one or two evidences. That judge is not taking direct judgment. Yes, first that judge listens to both the parties' arguments. First that person will listen both the parties' argument, and then finally that person will take final answer. Yes, so as a judge you need to say that judge is following principle of identity. That person is listening to everyone's point of view, and then only they are going to make final decision. So here, what you can say, bank manager is trying to decide whether to approve large corporate loan. So first, she ensures that the problem is correctly stated. We are talking about problem. We are not listening to anyone. We are not listening to anyone. We are not saying that we are getting evidences or we are not getting evidences. We are saying first we are identifying correct problem. And this correct problem term is stated in which? Principle C. Correct identification of issues is given in principle of definition. Yes, so correct answer is going to be principle of definition. Correct answer is your answer C. Yes, everyone, this is how we need to, remember our theory questions. Okay, next one. Which aspect of planning is connected to the fact that planners typically have a high level of intelligence because they keep talking about their ability to evaluate their surroundings, forecast the future, evaluate all of these factors in relation to variety of other options in order to choose the most suitable one. A. The act of planning is an intellectual workout. B. Planning involves looking into the future. See, the most important part of management is the planning process. D. Making choices is an integral part of planning. Please tell me. Here, the correct answer is going to be the act of planning is an intellectual workout. Yes, this question is from your ABFM book. Yes, so as per that, correct answer is your answer A. Okay, everyone. So this is one again numerical question, but this question is your homework one. Yes, this is the same question that we solved today. Okay, based on our WACC format. Everyone, please try to solve it. Please share your answer. And if you have any further query, you can join my Telegram group. In that also, if you want to share, you can share it. But remember to solve it. This is your homework question. And based on the same concept that we have seen just now. So Okay. Tomorrow we will be continuing these. You can take this as well, your homework question. Yes. So tomorrow we will be solving these two questions. Again, this is our one of the repetitive numerical question, and this based on our WACC part. Now, if you have any further query, doubt, you can join my Telegram group. And if you want to purchase any further courses, you can use this coupon code, that is Y895. Yes, Y895. This is my coupon code which you can use, and you will be getting maximum discount along with double validity if you purchase Mahapack. But do remember, as your registrations are going on for CIB, so because of that, if you find any difficulty, you can call on this number, that is 0981 981 9247. Yes, 0981 981 9247. And if you want to, clear your query as soon as possible, this is your helpline number. You can talk directly to the expert. Yes, everyone. Apart from this, if you have any further doubts, if you want to discuss any particular point, topic, subject, MCQ or practice, if you want to do, please share your, that point through the comments so that I can make more questions on that particular topic. Okay, everyone. So let's wind up the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Take care and bye-bye.